understand what. I don't know. So I'm gonna do this little video right here for a friend of mine named Tyler. Once I get his permission, if he says it's cool, I'll put his name in the description. He's 14 years old, and he does videos like playing video games. He does videos of playing video games. That makes sense. Okay, so he's been liking some of my videos for a little while, whatever, and I don't mean whatever, but I'm just saying he's liking some of my videos and stuff. And he's seen a video of my son Asher driving. He was talking about how he wishes that he could drive. And I was like, you must live in a city or something, because I know out in the country, a lot of the moms and dads, or brothers and sisters, they take their siblings out, their kids out, whatever, and let them sit on his seat and at least stare, stare going down a dirt road or something. I said, so you must live in a city or something. And he replied back to me, yeah, and that his, and this ain't nothing bad, but he's like, yeah, plus, yeah, I live in a city, plus my mom, she won't let me drive. She said, I see the way you play your video games, like driving Forenza, whatever it is, like Need for Speed video games and all that. She was like, kind of like, kind of worried about trusting him driving and all that, which is understandable, a young child, a teenager. They don't, I'm not saying all of them, but it's like some kids, like 8-year-old and 6-year-old, and they watch cartoons and they see a cartoon character get killed, but it comes back to life, and even maybe a 4-year-old, a child's mind, they see something, they might believe it's real, and like, oh, I could just jump off the building and I'm going to be okay. I'm just going to come back to life. It happens all the time in cartoons. It's got to happen in real life. So we have to protect our children and make sure they understand the difference, because driving a vehicle, you can literally, it is a wrecking machine. And if you're not careful, you don't pay attention, you really can do some serious damage to yourself and to other folks. You can definitely kill somebody with them. And it takes a lot of responsibility. And so as parents, we are definitely want to make sure that our children are responsible enough to understand the concept of what they are actually doing or driving. And we don't want our kids to get hurt or nobody else to get hurt. As parents, we want to raise our kids and try to teach them right from wrong and protect them as best as we can. So that was the case with her, which I totally respected and I totally understood it. And I chatted back and forth with him some and said some things to him, and I made a comment. I wanted him to let his mother read the comment that I had for her, and all about, I don't know, it just went back and forth a couple texts, and I thought it was cool. And then he wanted to text me back, and he's like, my mom's going to let me drive, my sister's going to drive in a parking lot or something, and she's going to let me drive. And I was excited, man. I had tears in my eyes. It's just like, a lot of times we spend our life not knowing our self-worth, not knowing what the meaning in life is. That was my case. I know that as a little child, I loved to entertain, and I cared about people, and that was just that was kind of like my gift in life. And it took me a long time to find myself, but I finally found myself. And with this Dead Nuts movement that I have, and he's been asking me, he's like, I know what the 4 show stands for, for show, but he was like wanting to know what the Dead Nuts stood for. And a lot of people can look at the name and think dead and nuts, like something, like a person's nuts are dead. But literally, Dead Nuts truly is a name for framers. Back in the old days, when the framer had a wall leveled and plumbed, it was Dead Nuts. And that's where I got it from. And then I made my own definition to it when I started my Dead Nuts movement. And the definition for Dead Nuts is, it stands for dead to the world's negativity, nuts, because we can be ourselves. When we block out the negativity of the world, we can accept the positive around us. We can enjoy life and feel good about ourselves. Nuts. A lot of times you see there are people that see these people on the street dance around, acting crazy, just doing, you know, whatever, and a lot of people may refer to them as being nuts, you know, like they should be in a mental hospital or something. That's where I get it from, because growing up in the 70s and the 80s and all that, you know, people would refer to people that are mentally have mental problems that they are nuts. So, but then people don't care what anybody else think about. I mean, they're walking down the street talking to themselves, they're looking at a rock. I mean, they're just doing what they want. They're dancing around. There's no music. They don't care. And that's what Dead Nuts is all about, is we need to block out the negativity of the world and try to start focusing and working more on the positive. You know, hinder the negative and strengthen the positive. This video is for you, Tyler. I hope you have a better understanding of Dead Nuts, and tell your mother that I said thank you, ma'am, very much for allowing your son to watch my videos on YouTube and to be no kind of racial thing, because I know there's not a lot of racism in this world, but it still exists. And I love everybody, and I'm just glad that you know, your son's 14 and you're allowing him to text back and forth with me. That means a lot to me from the bottom of my heart. I mean, I love children and I love adults. I love to help people. I love animals. It took me a long time to find my self-worth and to know the gifts that I have in life. The gifts I have in life is my life experiences and all that I've been through in the past, from either things I might have caused or things I became a victim of. But they are life experiences, and I use these life experiences to reach out and help others out there that are going through some hard times, so they can have something they can relate to. Because one of the worst things in the world is to feel like you're alone. One of the worst feelings in the world is feeling alone. Thank you guys. Thank y'all for watching. And if you guys would hit that like button, I guess this way it'll be shared to Facebook or something, and YouTube and Instagram or something. Thank you guys. DEADNUTTSFOSHO.